from Alabama. So we'll see. Most time a letter is going to be no. Hey Tanner, good luck with your hunting. I can't hardly read cursive. Good luck with your hunting. My land is named Turkey Tribe. Serious turkey hunters. I have friends and grandsons who hunt the 500 acres, so no lease is available. Best of luck. Well, that was nice.
I appreciate you reaching out to us, and I'm gonna read some of your articles. Like I said, I looked you up, and I watched your YouTube video too, or one of them. And in the future, you know, if we ever try to do like some sort of club or whatever, you know, I'll definitely consider you if you're willing to pay, you know, what dues would be necessary.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Like I said, it's 950 acres. I killed a 9-point last year. It only scored like 110, but it was a 5-year-old deer.
Right. Y'all, this is probably the craziest letter I have ever gotten back from somebody. Dear Tanner, thanks for your letter asking for permission to hunt. At this time, I cannot give you permission to hunt this property. A few days ago, a rabid raccoon attacked a man on the greenway that runs through this property. As is the case, this will not be the first or the last. It has always been my knowledge that this will keep occurring until about December. This is not a normal case for us, but things like this do occur about every 7 or 8 years. This being the 7th year, feel free to contact me again. At this time, I cannot and will not give you permission to hunt. Contact other property owners in the area. They may give you permission to boat hunt. Thanks. So every 7 years, a rabid raccoon comes and starts getting people. And but after this year, we should be safe because this is the 7th year. Swear to God. You don't blame me? Look. Does it not say that?
Wow.
You thought I was just making that up?
That's very funny.
Sent
Like
a letter.
you had to come up with it creatively until you know.
I'm pretty sure it was just a crazy person, bro. Hello?
Hey, is that any better?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now.
Okay.
So you were saying something about some knuckleheaded bow hunter?
Yeah.
I guess you got my letter.
Yeah, I got your letter. And if you want to come over and look the place over, that would be fine with me. I have no objection to you hunting for my place.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Well, you just sounded like a nice guy, and
I try to be.
you know, I'm not trying to make any money, and I don't want to lease it.
It's December 27th, and I am headed to Alabama. Still ain't got my truck fixed. Taking a work van. I'm hoping it'll make it about 3 hours. I've got 221 acres out there. Just gonna be scouting today. Put some cameras up, and then I'll go hunt in a couple weeks. So, or sooner if something shows up. So anyway, good Lord, my driveway's bumpy. Anyway, we're gonna make something happen, hopefully. Just met with the landowners. Absolutely about the nicest people you're ever going to meet. Took me and showed me the property lines. Scrapes everywhere. Asked me why I didn't have a four-wheeler. I was like, well, my truck's in the shop. Had to take the work van out here. He said, well, take my four-wheeler and go scouting anywhere you want to go. I said, all right. So got to go out here and get some cameras up. Probably the game plan is going to be get some cameras and some corn out, just see what we got going on. So I expected this property to look almost exactly like Georgia, but it looks more like Kentucky than it does like Georgia. Not right here in particular, but just big hardwoods and a lot more hilly than I expected. But when we rode the lines, this side over here was some thick pines. That's where I'm headed toward. And just across the line was those thick pines. So I'm gonna look and see if I can find a good spot to catch them coming out of those thick pines. And probably put a corn and camera there. Maybe they might get up in the afternoon and hop across and eat. So that's what I'm looking at now. There was a spot where there's a bunch of scrapes. There's a rub. There's a rub here. There's a rub. There's a rub. There's several scrapes. Here's a scrape. Was a scrape and the tree's tore down. All right, here's another scrape. This is probably close enough. And thick pines are like 150, 200 yards there. Another scrape right here. So this is gonna be close enough, I think. All this sign, they're leaving them pines and coming out across here. So one of the not put corn here. I'm gonna have several spots to hunt. Say like in the mornings, just to hunt, and then I'll hunt corn in the afternoons probably. But I do want to just see what's coming through here. So anyway, I'm gonna walk this out a little bit more, but right here on this flat top bench, it's looking good. Got service. I'm gonna keep looking. So so far I've got one spot for sure over scrapes, and I've got this corn. I want to find 2 or 3 more good spots just to hunt, and then I want to get one more spot baited up. I'm walking like a mellow spot on a ridge. I wouldn't quite call it a saddle, but it's kind of just kind of eases down, and a bunch of scrapes on the road here, so I wanted to walk this and see what it looks like back up in here. Just so open down in here. All these rubs are old though. Several old rubs right here. So here's 2. There's an old one, a new one, and another new one. That bridge right there connecting these 2 ridges is liable to be a good spot. We're gonna see if the deer sign confirms it. The spot looks pretty good, but I think I'm liable to be able to find better. So I'm gonna keep looking, might come back. I'm walking up above this green field, thinking maybe some of these deer will be funneling down to eat there after dark. A couple scrapes up in here. But the farther along in the season we get, they'll probably be more dependent on that field, just with it getting colder and all the vegetation dying. So, probably put some corn out here. Let's see what shows up, I guess. I would have thought I'd have seen more sign up above this green field. We'll go back and go back up top. And just find another spot where the ridges make like a little geo funnel and put a camera there probably. It's not really nowhere near as much sign down here by this green field, which I expected there'd be quite a bit. I just found that one scrape. Landowner told me the neighbors have some planted pines up here. I'm gonna go look, see how thick they are. See if it looks like somewhere deer would bed. Some pines look thick enough deer could bed in them, but I'm just not finding the sign like I was up at the top of the hill. Let the deer tell you where they're at, you know. It's kind of unusual, but if the deer were here, the sign would be here. So I'm gonna basically focus most of my efforts on the other end of the property. Tree right there would be freaking perfect. Night night. Just went and told them bye. Man, she gave me some cookies. It's about the best. I don't know what they're called, but they're like peanuts and chocolate. It's like the best cookies I've ever had in my dang life. But let's go watch cameras and see if anything shows up, I reckon. Well, actually only one camera had service. But anyway, if I don't see nothing, I'll come back in a couple weeks and hunt or something. So it was fun though.